Hey. Okay, so we're back in the basement. A few things I realized, actually just one thing I realized as I was hauling off the debris into the woods using my gorilla cart was that I was stupid. I didn't have to sift through the debris inside the basement where the dust just like kicks up as I'm doing it and stuff like that. I can just scoop up everything, put it into the cart, and then bring it outside and then sift through it outside. So in this way, like the air I'm breathing in is better. When I'm sifting through the stuff in here, I'm basically letting all the small organic particles fall through the sifter, and then it gets like embedded into the dirt, which is, it's not the worst, but it's not ideal. So I figure I can get more organic material if I just scoop up everything first. Yeah, I mean, like in the moment I didn't really think about it, but overnight I did. So we're gonna make that change. Another thing I kind of figured was there's really no point in me cleaning the rest of the floor until I've actually finished everything I need to do with these logs. So they're like, I'm still trying to remove this bark, and if you remember, this is the one that's like super glued onto the log, so like it just doesn't really come off with me pulling on it. So I'm gonna try the chisel today, and that'll allow me to figure out if I need to buy any additional tools. Yeah, stuff is just falling off with me. Just let me just show you. I mean, that's not good. Well, and that's why I'm getting my floors redone. Luckily it feels really all dry now. I should take my gloves off to check, but it's kind of fun, but a little disconcerting when you're like taking pieces of wood off of your kind of foundation. One good news is that the dehumidifier drainage hose that I stuck into this drain pipe, there's no water coming out of that at all. It's either draining correctly or there just hasn't been enough water in there to have caused any problems yet. So we'll keep an eye on that, I guess, forever. Okay, so the chisel does work, but it's very slow going. I was kind of hoping that once I get it started, the bark would peel off in chunks, but on this particular log, I don't know what kind of tree it is, but it just like glued on there naturally. The time lapse stopped recording before the branch actually came down. So basically towards the end, it basically just kept getting stuck on where the cut was happening. And I found the best technique towards the end is to go lighter on the rope and to try to have like prevent the teeth from digging into any kind of edge of where you're cutting. Anyways, here's the branch. When you're looking at it from down here and looking up at the tree, all the branches look so small. But this thing, it's kind of like this. Let me drag it out. Okay, so was this tool perfect? No. Did it get the job done? It did, and I felt I was in no danger doing it. The branch came down actually quite violently. As it was coming down, it took out my spotlight, which hasn't been working anyway. So I've been meaning to take a look at that at some point. It hasn't been a huge priority because I don't really work at night. Too many bugs and stuff. But as it was coming down, it snapped off one of the bulbs, which I was gonna replace anyway because these things are super inefficient and they have LEDs these days. Yeah, my roof is now totally branch free. All right, now I'm risking my life for social media, but I just want to go back up there and take a video of the cuts. So I think that's the first cut that I made using this long extension ladder. That one was probably dead already, and I just cut it to get it out of the way. And same with this guy. I'm not sure if that one was dead or not. I think probably based on the bark around it. And then I cut that one down. I think that one was dead too, in order to get it out of the way of cutting this one, which was alive. And I cut that one down with a handsaw, and then the one above it, which would have been really hard to reach on the ladder. I can go up another few lungs on this ladder, but I don't want to right now. That's the one that got cut down by the train. So there you go. Now the roof. There's not a lot of cars that pass by on this road, so I like to see what kind of cars are going up. That seemed like some kind of a worker going up the mountain to one of the houses probably. I mentioned in previous videos I have some leaks on my roof. I'm gonna go up there and see what's up. All of the leaks from the inside, they seem to be coming from fasteners, so my plan is to replace all the fasteners. And just from looking from down here, there's at least one fastener missing, which would explain a leak. And I see several that are not screwed in all the way. So that would also explain why it's leaking. When I was doing the branch, when I put the extension ladder up, I kind of did it haphazardly. I didn't know what the proper way or anything. I think I put it up against the house first and kind of try to shimmy it over to the tree. So this time around, I decided to look up how to actually do it, how to put the ladder up, and how to do it safely. Just a quick explanation of what's gonna happen. I got the feet of the ladder here. I'm gonna basically start on this end and start pushing it up against the house. Eventually it's gonna get caught on where the roof ends. I forgot what this part is called of the roof. So it's gonna be at a kind of awkward angle, and at that point I'm gonna have to lift the bottom of the ladder to try to push it out so the top of the ladder can lean against the roof. This is what my friend suggested. So the angle of the ladder is now parallel to the slope of the roof. This is not a typical ladder angle that you want to climb because it's like way too slack. the proper angle is kind of, if you stand up with your feet at the bottom of the ladder, you should be able to touch and grab the lung in front of you. But I'm trying to get to the top of the roof, so I need it at this angle. Because of the angle so steep now, or slack, whichever way you want to look at it, I need to stabilize the bottom. I was gonna do that by putting a car or a vehicle tractor down here so the ladder can't go anywhere. It feels pretty good. I jammed the loader on the bottom of the ladder so the ladder doesn't move, so I feel pretty safe going up. And let me show you what's up there. Okay, so basically putting this ladder up, I scratched the hell out of the roof. I mean, it's not too bad, but I'm gonna need to touch that up at some point. See another mark up there, but I think that's just bird poo. Let me show you guys why my roof has been leaking. There's supposed to be a fastener there, but right now there's a hole. This fastener is like, I can unscrew it with my finger. The two I see up there, I mean, pretty much all of them are not in all the way. So whoever screwed these things in did a very haphazard job, or I don't think these things can unscrew by themselves, no matter how high the wind is. I mean, I can see it unscrewing it with like a lot of vibration, but not sure why they're so badly done in the first place. So I'm gonna grab my tool belt, and I bought fasteners from the hardware store, so I'm gonna fix my roof, and hopefully that'll stop all the leaks. I think it will. There's some fabulous views beyond those trees. I think in the fall it's gonna be really awesome. All right, so yeah, that wasn't so bad. Once you get working up there, it doesn't feel too scary anymore. You kind of try not to think about the height or falling off or anything, at the same time being careful. But I think as I was like playing around with the screws, a lot of them actually, when I was putting the new ones in, it would just spin, because basically the wood on the other side has lost grip. The hole is too big. I had trouble with a few of the holes, because even the new screw would just keep spinning. So I tried to like angle it in a way that it would bite into some sort of wood, and I was able to get all of them to basically not spin. How solid is it gonna be? I'm not sure, because it's probably not biting into like wood on all sides of the screw on the ones I did like that. So I think eventually I probably need to revisit the roof again, and I'll have to go through all of the fasteners again and see if any of them are loose. And if it's loose, I guess I'm gonna have to patch the hole and drill somewhere else, or patch the hole and drill in the same place. That's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I think if I go through the whole roof just doing it the way I'm doing it, it'll probably last a year at least, maybe 2, maybe forever. I don't know, we'll see.